Scores for Scotland. Roma Zhang stepping away. Stunning work from Bridger. What an individual score this is.
Talent aplenty has graced these great leagues, but now future stars are set to shine. Last season was the most thrilling to date, but now it's time for a new crop of talent to grace the field, and in this league, anything could happen. It's time to take your seat. The best leagues in the land are back.
Playfield with a BUCS Super Rugby try for the ages.
And then was a white line seeking missile.
Score! Right towards the line. Sensational score from Roma Zhang.
Winding to gear, drive to the line. And Cardiff are streaking across.
Welcome back, everybody. BUCS Super Rugby is back underway.
Hello everyone and welcome to a windy and wild St. Helens. It is the final round of the BUCS Super Rugby regular season. Durham, they've guaranteed the top three. Swansea, we know they're going to finish bottom. Some pretty miraculous things have happened at this incredible place over the years. Swansea have beaten Australia and the All Blacks on the cricket pitch behind me. So Garfield Sobers hit 6 sixes in an over, and Swansea need to use that history as a launch pad for the biggest few weeks they've had in their club since 2019. They've started to get some form, however, they need to keep winning. They've got a massive game coming up in the playoff to stay in BUCS Super Rugby. We know a lot that's happened. We know who is finishing in the playoffs, but we don't know what order. We're moving the chess pieces around the board. What we do know is that Exeter are the champions, and this is how they celebrated.
I was born for this. I believe we can write our story. I believe we can be an army. We are the warriors who learn to love the pain. We come from different places but have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark a flame. Watch as the fire rages. Our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this.
Well, that's how Exeter celebrated this season. We can find out how Loughborough celebrated last season, because joining us for this one is BUCS Super Rugby champion, England students, and now Scarlets outside half Charlie Titcombe. First time you got you on one of these, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very well. Glad to be here in a decent St. Helens here. It's reasonably dry, bit windy, obviously. It's Wales. What can you expect? But no, I'm good to join you here. I'm looking forward to it.
Second time in a week, but we'll come back to that. Let's talk about how you celebrated when you lifted the trophy in Cardiff last year.
Yeah, we had a heavy few days. Came back from Kincoid. Yeah, we had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, obviously celebrating the win, and yeah, it was a good time with the boys. Obviously, And then Saturday as well, a certain Reece Malone's birthday for a few of us. So again, that was a heavy one. But then we were back to it on Monday to prepare for the knockouts. It was good fun.
Well-earned celebrations. What about this Swansea team then? Because they currently sit bottom of the table. Plenty of talent though, some of them with you at Scarlets. And you were here for the game against Loughborough last week. What did you make of them?
They were good. Obviously results haven't gone their way so far this season, but it was a nice day again last week against Loughborough, and they turned it on in attack. They looked to move the ball. They were really attacking, and they went and they took it to Loughborough. So I think if they do the same today against obviously a strong Durham side, they've got all the chance of causing an upset here, I think.
Well, a victory here will stand them in good stead for that playoff that is coming up. A little bit earlier on, Marcus caught up with one of their coaches, Joe Thomas.
So, Joe, great to see you. We're here at St. Helen's, an iconic venue. Obviously, last game of the season, but it is a bit of a tough one because you are bottom of the league, but you've got a lot to play for in the next few weeks. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. We've had a good preparation, especially we had a good game against Loughborough here last week, and boys put up a good effort. But yeah, like you said, we're looking forward to the playoffs and the varsity, and we're looking forward to welcoming whoever we play here at St. Helen's in that playoff game. But from our point of view, boys, we're just really looking forward to building on last week and trying to get some momentum now going into that playoff game, and hopefully momentum again from that into varsity. So 3 big games in front of us now.
Individuals-wise in the team, you've got a lot of strong players. Kean Abrams scored a hat-trick at the weekend in the Premiership. How do you balance that Prem Rugby and BUCS Rugby side?
Yeah, we've got a good relationship with, obviously Kean's with the Scarlets, and obviously plays his rugby out of Llandafri, a very good top of the Premiership actually, very good side. So we have a good relationship with the Scarlets and the Ospreys, and we have a lot of active communication back and forth, during how often they can play, minutes they can play, who they're with for that week. So yeah, it's just all about communication really, and we're lucky that the Ospreys and the Scarlets are really good with us, and they're really lenient, and so yeah, we're just very lucky with them really.
We've seen a few changes coming into this week. Is that because of that, or just looking forward for the rest of the season?
Well, we've had a fair share of injuries for the year this season. Kean, obviously, like you said, Kean from Scarlets, he had a knee injury, and he's only been back the last 4 or 5 weeks. So it's just about getting boys back in the field who struggle with injury, and obviously looking forward to building a team to get into that playoff game. So we got Tom Florence back in today now from the Ospreys, who's had a Wales under 20s last year. He's had a bad hamstring injury in pre-season, so it's good to see him back out here today. So yeah, just trying to get boys back in the field ready, match fit ready for that playoff game. Yeah, just getting exciting players back out there really, yeah.
So we're here at St. Helen's, an iconic venue, as we've mentioned. You've given a lot of teams a tough time here, not to mention Bath in the pouring rain when you made it 6 wins out of 6 to go into the playoffs. Why do you feel that it's a tough place to come?
I think you can probably see for yourself, the elements are quite a challenge, the wind here. I think it's the first time this year it isn't raining, so for us it's a surprise as well. But yeah, that in itself, we do generally get a good crowd here as well, especially the first couple of games when we play Cardiff Met. We get generally a couple of thousand here as well. So all them together, and obviously the boys love playing at home on this pitch. For that reason, it's a big famous ground. All them together, I think it's a cocktail for a good atmosphere, and just boys just get really ready up for the fight really. So.
Well, good luck today, Joe. Go well.
Thank you very much.
Certainly will be a good atmosphere. The wind's picked up, the supporters are starting to arrive, the players have just made their way into the changing rooms, and great news for you, the Swansea Sirens have finished their warm-up as well. Let's move our concentration to Durham then. They've not won the league, but it'll be second or third. How does the mindset change when you're one of the league leaders and you start to think about the playoffs?
Well, obviously Durham has still got a second place to play for, which is obviously massive going into quarters, into semis, especially up at Hollow Drift. I imagine they want a home semi because it's hard to go there and win. So your mindset just has to go to winning games. I think that's the main thing in playoff rugby. It's not about bonus points or anything like that. It's about winning games, and it's obviously a tough place to come. So if they can win here, it'll put them in a good place, I think, come the playoffs. Did
you look at the table and think, oh, we'd actually quite like them in the quarter-final, or were you willing to take on all comers?
I think as long as we had a home semi, I think we were happy with whoever we had. We really wanted. Obviously, we won the league in the end, but we really wanted to go after that home semi-final because, yeah, we were good at home. So yeah, there was a little bit of that. You obviously don't want to, I guess, you don't want to go to some difficult away days, but we were fairly confident. We ended up getting Nottingham, which was good, East Midlands derby, and we owed them one after losing up at Lady Bay as well. So I'm glad it worked out the way it did.
Well, we've got all that to look forward to in the coming weeks. Durham is one of the most difficult places to go in BUCS Super Rugby, and they will be there for their quarter-final. But this is what Si Cully had to say about this evening.
So, Si, great to see you. We're at St. Helens for round 18. You are the form team in the league along with Loughborough, so 5 games unbeaten. How do you feel for this one today?
It's good. It's a beautiful place to come. Really, always a warm welcome. Lovely pitch. Survived the weather really nice. It's good playing conditions. A bit of a wind, but that's all right. We'll hopefully play some good rugby and be an entertaining game for the last league game of the season.
Do you feel you're hitting your best form heading into the championship?
In certain aspects, yeah. Our set pieces really come right the last few weeks. The maul last 2 weeks was outstanding. Scrum's been really good the last couple of weeks. Still think there's another gear or two to go in our attacking shape. Defence has been solid, so we're getting there. Still a bit of work to do.
So, quarterfinals is guaranteed as a home quarterfinal, but obviously you want that home semi-final, and we see that today because you've got a strong squad. Was there any temptation to rest players, or just going for that second place?
No, I think second place is absolutely vital in terms of getting a nice home semi-final. Yeah, Holland just a beautiful place to be, but you can't get too beyond that. There's no chance to bring a weakened team to Swansea. That they always give a great game. We've won here the last couple of years, but they've been really tight. They've been hard. It'd be disrespectful to bring anything other than a full strength team.
So, round 18, Swansea have done this before to a team bigger than them. They've done it to Bath last year as well, who were chasing a playoff space and they missed out because of Swansea coming and making it 6 wins in a row. Are you fearful of that today?
I don't think it's fearful. I think you've just got to respect the opposition. They've been to Bath and put 40 points on them. They lost, but to score 40 points at Bath is outstanding. They were millimetres away from beating Exeter up here. So they're a team you've got to have massive respect for. We're not changing our game plan in any way, shape or form. We're coming out to play them as the established quality BSR unit that they are.
Amazing. Thanks, Si. Good luck.
Kofi Byfield! Seren Singleton sniping.
Tilly Smale is on the scoreboard, and Hartpury University surely at this stage now.
Hartpury University, the Women's National League champions.
Destiny Day ends with Exeter as BUCS Super Rugby national champions. The road to the StoneX is alive. The road to survival is the one that Swansea University are on. Welcome everybody to St. Helens. The floodlights are on. The wind is very much blowing from right to left. But let's take a look at the state of play in BUCS Super Rugby going into round 18, the final round of fixtures here. These are the results from last week. Nottingham, 50 points, putting them in 8th place and favourites to get that last quarter-final spot. Exeter continued an absolute thriller against Bath. Hartpury have lost back-to-back games. They had a tough trip up to Hollow Drift, and Loughborough came down here to St. Helens, got another bonus point win to give themselves the chance to finish second come the end of play. And then Cardiff Met got a bonus point win against Leeds Beckett as well. Let's see what that means for the league table. Lots of permutations that I'll keep you up to date with. Exeter sit top of the tree. They are the champions. Durham and Loughborough level on 60 points. Hartpury could finish as low as 5th, but as high as 2nd later on today. Bath could leapfrog them if they get a bonus point win too. Leeds Beckett are guaranteed 7th place, and Cardiff, with a bonus point win, could pip Nottingham, who've got that tough game against Bath. So it's all to play for. We also know that Swansea will finish bottom of the table and will have that playoff to keep their BUCS Super Rugby dreams alive against the winner of the National North and National South playoff. It's still an exciting league as we go into the final round. So all games kicking off at 6 o'clock today. Cardiff in Llanrumney against Bath. Leeds Beckett up in Yorkshire against the champions Exeter, who rotated the team. Of course, you join us for Swansea versus Durham. Loughborough versus Cardiff Met, one of the original rivalries in BUCS Super Rugby, as is Hartpury versus definitely not Durham. So the players will be making their way out shortly. The supporters take their seats. I would say that's fancy dress, but we're in Swansea on the coast, so absolutely anything is possible. But there's the end of season feel about this, and of course, for Swansea, they've got that massive game coming up that'll be against Newcastle or Brunel, and they've got their huge Welsh varsity to look forward to as well. So 2 huge games, 2 huge cup finals, and they're a fabulous club down here, of course, led by Hugh Gustafsson, one of the busiest men in show business, it has to be said, coaching here at Swansea Uni with the Ospreys Academy and Swansea RFC in the Indigo Premiership as well. Speaking of the Indigo Premiership, Charlie Titcombe is joining us, as well as his Scarlets rugby. He's been playing a few games for Carmarthen Quins, and there are a couple of boys in the Swansea lineup tonight who ply their trade in the Premiership as well. One I've particularly got an eye on, Cian Abraham. He's at 15 today. He's got a hat-trick for Llandovery at Pontypool on Friday. Talented young lad.
Yeah, no, he's a good player. Really threatening with the ball. He likes getting the ball in his hand in the wide channel, so that'll be definitely something to look out from. But he's an excellent young player. Wales 20s, I think, last year as well, so he's got a big future ahead of him. I think he's a class player.
Well, there are a few in the Swansea backline with Wales under-20s experience. Cian being one of them, Tom Florence another, and Llian Morgan, the flyer on the left wing. This surface perhaps not the most appertaining to somebody who can run the 100 metres in under 11 seconds, but you do not want to give him any space. He will put you away. As for Durham, one thing that can be said about them is they are incredibly consistent. If you're playing well in a Durham jersey, it is yours to lose. What are some of your memories about playing against Durham in your time in BUCS Super Rugby?
Not a great track record, if I'm completely honest. Away days there, I've never won at Hollowdrift, so that's a bit unfortunate. That's one of the things I regret most about BUCS Super Rugby, but we've had some real tough challenges against them. Semi-final a couple of years ago, we lost narrowly. Fred Davis's team, obviously excellent, went on to win the league and just lost to Exeter in the final. But yeah, it's always a tight contest. They're a real gritty side, and that's what they pride themselves on, physicality and a bit of grit.
Well, that is absolutely something you can relate to, winning the league and narrowly losing in the final to Exeter. Braden Barrett leads the team today in the Palatinate purple. There he is, walking away in number 7. Marcus Rhodes next to him in number 8. They're a formidable back row, and Swansea making their way out in the green, knowing that a victory today might not make a difference to their overall position in the table, but will give them something to cling to, something to build on as they look forward to that playoff and the Welsh varsity. Fraser Jones at number 10 today. Ewan Johns there wearing number 12. Big physical, abrasive inside centre, and Tom Florence outside him, covering that right flank. Expect a big kick chase here. Swansea playing into the wind in the first half, and it is a real wind as well. We saw both outside halves kicking from halfway. It's the final round of BUCS Super Rugby, round 18. We're underway. That kickoff hanging in the wind, and Durham receiving it, and receiving it well. So they'll have the first touch. Suggestion of a forward pass. Referee happy enough to let play continue. That's Max Pepper at scrum half today. Of course, his brother Guy has been called up into the England squad. Didn't make the cut, but great recognition of his talent and the quality that he's displayed for Newcastle Falcons this year. It's Pat Bishop, and first real gallop and a first real line break. Here's Cal Grieve. Cal Grieve into the 22. The offload goes to ground, but it's back in Palatinate hands. And less than a minute in, Durham knocking on the door. Tom Florence slowing that down. Short ball. So crossing in midfield, but a sharp start from Durham.
Yeah, good from them. I think that win was shown there in that kick battle. That return from Swansea there, obviously difficult kicking into this win, so it might be something they have to look at, maybe have to run the ball out of their own end a little bit more, but it's a good start from Durham, winning the kick battle and moving the ball. It's good to see.
I'll get you.
I think also into this win, Pat Bishop, number 10, got a real good kicking game. He's got a good spiral bomb on him as well.
I want to talk to you about spiral bombs a bit later.
No, he's got a good kicking game, so it'll be good to see how he manages at this first half and how he puts Durham in the right position.
So Jamie Phillips finds his man. Dan Roderick, scrum half for Swansea today. Another one with Indigo Premiership experience in the white of Swansea.
That's forward off green.
Challenging for that one. However, it's gone forward. Swansea are on it. We'll have our first set scrum of the game. Max Marshall, Jamie Phillips and Paula Fifita in the front row for Swansea. Mark Dormer, Chris Poole and Hamish Murray for Durham.
Outside. Go! Oh, sorry.
First scrum of the game, Max Pepper. Options both ways, but they've stacked it to the right here, Durham.
Keep it up, Swansea.
2 to the left of the scrum, 4 to the right, and it goes to Pat Bishop. That is a huge right boot with the win, looking for the 50-22, but the bounce doesn't go his way. But that is a 70-metre clearance, surely. That's outside half dreamland.
That's excellent. That's his kicking game coming to the forefront there. Excellent there, playing with the winger as well, setting 2 on the blind side. So, he's given the 50-22. I was interested. I thought that was.
It's just a bad decision.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but.
I mean, they'll celebrate it, but the referee's assistant has.
A1 position for Durham. Put it
That's
that way. Looks like they might maul him here.
Well, this is what was known for a long time as a Fred Davis special, but Chris Poole is the man in the 2 jersey now.
Hands off!
And Durham into the 22. There you go. Big carry forward, stood up by Ben Roberts. Now Pepper has a dig. He likes a snipe from here, but plenty of options.
Hands off, Swansea!
Ewan Johns called into defensive action.
Okay, penalty advantage, turned offside.
Ben Mutamed. Swansea have strayed offside. Oh, Durham have gone quickly. Really quickly, in fact, and Pepper takes them to within 4 metres. This a golden opportunity for Durham, less than 5 minutes in. There's a big gap there for Marcus Rhodes. Oh, good tackle on him.
There's no advantage. And I have 10.
Fraser Jones being called over by the referee.
10. Number 10. Yeah, number 10. Yeah, you number 10. Yeah, you know what you're doing. You stopped him. You try line. Off you go.
And for cynical play, Fraser Jones sent to the bin after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Still 0-0. Swansea down to 14.
Scrum called. Number 10 wasn't 10. He's taking him out.
Looks like they want to go after Swansea here at scrum time, it seems. They've gone again for that 4-2 split the other side this way, then I reckon it's an opportunity to go down the right to take the blind on it. They're running 15 over now.
Well, they've got options there. Marcus Rhodes can go, Max Pepper likes a snipe as well, with only 1 defender. The blindside flanker, Alex Bairstow, has got some defending to do here. It is Pepper who has a snipe. He goes over. They cannot lay a glove on him. It's a sharp finish, but it's too easy. Max Pepper scores, and it's Swansea 0, Durham 5. Well, we take a look at the replay here. You did say, Charlie, that they might fancy that blind side, but I don't even think Max Pepper would have thought it would be that easy.
No, I think it was interesting bringing Kean Abraham there. It is. I think he came on to defend on the open. If he stayed on the blind there, I think their numbers up to go and get them. But with the 9 pushing high, it just gave Max Pepper that opportunity down the short side, and it looks like he's got a really good running game. So yeah, good start from Durham.
Carl Grieve on kicking duty. Very much the wind in his favour. The beautiful Swansea ocean breeze. Grieve to add the extras. And he's kicked that about 100 metres. It's going to take 5 minutes to get that ball back, and it's Swansea 0, Durham 7. If you are Durham, you do want to go in at half-time with a lead with this kind of breeze. That'll be something that Swansea will be aware of. So Fraser Jones grubbers that one. Not the easiest of takes, but a take nonetheless. Barrett helps it on. And you get it to the edge in front of those quite unforgiving Swansea supporters. Those nice little tips working, finding soft shoulders. It's lovely handling. Finn Baker freeing it up, and now out there on this flank is Ollie Walker. He steps inside. Tom Florence just losing his footwork there as Pepper goes again, and Curran Maguire. All Swansea are offside. Another penalty advantage. Durham speed a ball, and their ill discipline costing them at the moment.
Again, looks like Durham want to go for that corner again and launch that maul. It's obviously a big weapon for them. It's not the greatest touch finder, but I know how nervy it can get down there with the wind blowing, and you don't want to put it dead. But yeah, it looks like they'll launch that maul again and look to get the forge around the corner here, I suspect. Get Max Pepper running towards the line.
It's a real coach killer, isn't it, where you miss touch? Not that you've ever done that, obviously.
I've had my fair share of that.
That's a ball!
Here go the big men in Palatinate. Chris Poole has it tucked. Now the backs join. Mike Ford's in there, careering towards the line. Durham looking for try number 2. And they make it look easy. Two entries into the 22, 2 tries. And complete dominance from this Durham team. 8 minutes gone, 2 tries, it's 12-0. And as starts go for Swansea, this not a great one.
I just don't think Swansea they've not really been able to get a foothold in the game in this first 8 minutes, have they? It's been Durham, bit of set-piece dominance, I think. Obviously good kicking and good exiting out of their own end. I think it's really showing. The breeze here might play a big part in this, but they don't want to leave themselves too much to do in the second half. But yeah, some real good set-piece dominance here from Durham. It's good from them. That looks like the game plan they're trying to go with.
It's Carl Grieve. See the wear and tear on the pitch. There is a lot of rugby played here. Swansea RFC in the Indigo Prem, and of course Swansea Uni here too. Here's Carl Grieve. Really trying to draw that one in. But even the conditions in this picturesque part of Wales don't help him out. It's 12 minutes. Take another look at this here. Area of expertise of yours, I'd have thought.
Yeah, I like sitting down the back of mauls. Last year, Loughborough, that was a big part of our game as well. So it's nice for a 9 and a 10, just sitting in the armchair and getting the boys to go to work, send the centres in. You just sit back and relax. And I don't know what Pat Bishop's there. I think I don't think he wants to stick his head in the spokes there. I think he's just enjoying watching the boys go over.
Yeah, Pat Bishop could have added his 65 kgs there, couldn't he?
Yeah, I've not been in my fair share of mauls, so I'm not going to comment on that one.
He scored an absolutely sublime try here last year, Pat Bishop.
Good scrum so far, keep it going, both front
that he then gathered.
Keep it going.
Was that a chip and chase by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah, he's done a fair few
Wait
of them
until
as
the
well
ball is in.
No, he's a good player. There's BUCS Super Rugby time coming to an end. He'll be calling it a day at the end of the season. He is Masters, like many of these players will. Really interested to see where their rugby journey takes them afterwards. Right, scrum platform here then for Swansea, and Tom Florence, versatile back player, centres, wing, full back. He's at 13 today. But Swansea turned over immediately. Great work over the ball.
You think if you look at that, it's just Durham look like they're winning the race around the corner a lot faster than Swansea at the minute. They generated a bit of momentum there, a bit of go forward, and the Swansea forwards are pretty slow around the corner, but he's missed touch there. Gives an opportunity to counter.
It's not just missed touch, he's missed it by 5 or 6 metres, and Rory Case steps on the gas.
They've got an opportunity here if they move it.
11.5 minutes gone. Swansea with some time on the ball. That was Johns in at first receiver. Pass a little bit behind Llean Morgan.
No hands!
As we continue to allude to, he is
Okay,
quick.
penalty advantage.
Ben Roberts
Offside, number
out
one.
of the back. This time it's Durham who are offside. So Swansea with the chance. Alex Bairstow. He's got Cian Abraham. He drops it on the toe, but Ollie Walker's there to cover.
Advantage.
A bit of afters, 15 on 15 as well. Grieve and Abraham.
That's much more like it, I think, from Swansea. You see it there, moving the ball, stretching this Durham defence. I think that's the way they're going to have to play. They're not going to be able to take Durham on physically here.
Paolo Fafita there, hands on head. I think the speed of this game and the speed at which Durham are looking to play are taking their toll on the big tight head.
I think he might be able to take them on physically by himself. He's a big old unit.
He is a strong boy. I wonder what they're selling in the refreshments.
Okay.
Burgers down there, had one last week.
Oh yeah, hot dogs for tea boys. Good opportunity now for Swansea to get something from a journey to the 22. Backline are deep. And now they stroll into position. It's pretty narrow though. Ben Roberts the target. And up the blind side they go. That's Gardner. Tackled well. 13 minutes gone. Roderick, there is Fafita. Oh, it's been stripped. But has it been knocked on? Oh, Durham offside. The match officials very hot
Offside
on that tonight. That's what, the 4th or 5th offside penalty in the first 13 minutes?
Yeah, I think so. Looks like they're going to go to the corner here, try rumble them over. Good bit of sustained pressure there from Swansea though. I like this. This is how they need to go about their business, I think.
Use the favours in the middle. Okay.
It's a burger last week, was it?
Favours in the middle.
Yeah, maybe some chips as well. It was a week off, so
well, you know,
that's allowed.
You've got to put a few kgs on now in professional rugby.
Just got to watch the belly whilst I'm there.
Get yourself north of 90.
Only 5'10", will be a bowling ball put over 90 kilos.
Last time.
So a last warning there for offside. Jamie Phillips needs to find the man. He goes to Theo Curry at the front, and now Swansea go to work. It's well defended by Durham, so they have to break free, and now they're a metre short, Swansea. Best chance of the game, another penalty advantage. Swansea still down to 14. Remember, they've reached out, they've scored! Paolo Fafita from short range. And Swansea make this territory count. Back in the game, 14 minutes gone. Swansea 5, Durham 12.
They've got to get Fafita on the ball here. I think he's causing carnage when they've got a bit of quick ball. He's getting them on the front foot. He's going to give opportunity for these backs to get in the game, but that's more like it from Swansea. First sort of sustained possession in the half, and they've made it count, to be fair to them. This will be a tough kick into the wind though.
He's hurt his shoulder, and he'd be a big loss. They have got Louis Fletcher on the bench. He's one of the most versatile front rowers in BUCS Super Rugby. But this is some physical effort here from Fafita. Lining it up. He's got to be, what, 120 plus VAT?
130 more like, I think. I'm glad he's not coming down my channel.
Conversion then to reduce the arrears to 5. And the flags stay down. 15 minutes gone, 3 tries already. Entertaining game.
Yeah, it's good. It's obviously all the tries come off set piece really, so I think that's where the main try sources are going to come from. So it's I think just who can get a grab of this set piece will likely be going into half-time leading. It's interesting to see how Swansea can try and exit here. They might have an opportunity to run. 13 quite narrow here. It looks like they're going to set up to kick.
Good play.
Yeah, you're right. There's a big gap between those sweepers on halfway and Ben Motamed, who's currently stood on the 22.
Interesting that they've got 4 in the backfield, but they're it's a penalty now, so it doesn't matter. But I think that's something Swansea could potentially look at. 4 in the backfield going into this wind as well. It's going to be difficult to get a hold in the kicking game. So That might be something they have to go to if they struggle to keep Exeter in their own 22.
So with the 4 in the backfield, if you're at 10 and you're thinking about the kick, where are you putting that kick?
I'm probably telling 9's kick in a situation like that, because it's probably pretty difficult for me to find some grass or with 4 in the backfield. So try and get 9, get a good kick chase line and go after it, or put a contested up and try and get the ball back. That's probably the best bet. You're going to find it difficult winning long kick battles into this win, so it's probably contestable, and the 9's probably doing the majority of that.
Finn Baker does well under pressure from Ben Roberts. Now the forward pack come forward again. Chris Poole there at the back. Oh, Swansea have done well. Killed that ball, smothered that ball, and they'll have the put in at the scrum.
Knock on, I think there, was it? I think the ref signalling a knock on. I think they had a bit of ascendancy there. I know they're pushing across the pitch, but they're still going forward, good momentum. But yeah, now this is a real tough place for Swansea to exit. This is going to be interesting to see what they go with here.
So going back to that conversation then, is this where you start to think about maybe running the exit? In the last few weeks I've seen quite a lot of Japanese Rugby League 1, and they are always looking to run the exit if they can. They never ever box kick, but if there's space, they think we can make 40 metres on foot as easily as we can make 40 metres by kicking.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go with it, I guess. If you can get to the same place keeping the ball in hand, doesn't make a lot of sense to kick it away, and it looks like that's what they're trying to do. But
no held, we play on.
Good defensive effort by Mohamed. He recovered well then against Tom Florence. Oh, that ball has come back one way, then the other, and now Swansea kick it clear. What a chaotic passage of play. Ripped one way, then the other, and then Swansea do boot it clear.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision to run the ball out there. I think the 13 there just slipped at the end, but I think then it's just controlling an exit. If you don't get them the first time, then you've got to think about kicking. But again, see Durham with a set piece launch. I wonder if they'll go to the maul again, or
they've overthrown it. And Jamie Phillips can carry again. Durham looking around that turnover. Swansea want to put some hands on it. Good feet by Florence. Some big frames in that back line.
There's no high tackle there. New drop.
Good shot. Excellent work by Curran Maguire.
What's your back foot?
Big hefty lock forward. Oh, good dancing feet by Tom Florence. Swansea just stuck in between the 22 and the 10.
Touched!
It's been touched in the air, so Swansea all on side. Fafita looking for the offload.
On the front foot, they've got to go here.
Back. No touch.
Case. Basketball over the top to Abraham.
Hands off!
Mike Ford searching around the Jackal again. He's a former back rower, of course. Now we're in 12 in the scrum cap. Real asset to have in the middle of the park. 20 minutes gone. Swansea 5, Durham 12. Florence having another dart and knocking that ball on. Curran Maguire's there to gather it.
Stay. Yeah. Right, knock on the advantage over.
The hooker on the edge here for Swansea. If Durham can identify that, there's a bit of a mismatch out here, I think.
Oh, it's a good shot. It's getting physical out there. Pepper has a look. Bishop. Kicks as far as Abraham.
There you are.
He looks to return that. Oh, it's hung up in the wind.
Okay.
And then Bishop just makes some more meters. As Charlie Titcombe pointed out, it's going to be incredibly difficult to win a distance kicking battle in this breeze. Oh, Bishop drops the shoulder. And then runs into Theo Curry.
Nowhere near.
Good tackle that by Ben Roberts. There's a potential mismatch when you've got a
hands
lock
off,
there on the edge.
Hands off.
Barrett. Good carry, and it's Bairstow trying to close it off, and then Durham in off their feet, and that's a Swansea penalty.
Yeah, I think they don't want to get caught too much in their own 40, I don't think. I think the kicking game is something they can massively go after. So you know, if there's an opportunity to put a foot on it there and pin them down, that's a massive outcome for Swansea. I've eaten my words there. They've won the kick battle there.
Well, they've done really well too. It was Cian Abraham.
That's yours, yeah.
Against Pat Bishop. Abraham, we've already talked about him in terms of Llandovery, but Wales under 20s. Although his one cap came against France in Oyonnax last season, and that was a...
Swansea, keep, that's yours.
I mean, bloodbath.
That's yours, keep big up.
Might sound a little bit harsh, but crikey, it was a learning experience for a lot of those Welsh boys. And now Swansea's turn to cough that ball up, and Chris Poole can dive on it.
Swansea, up.
That's a disappointing outcome for Swansea, an ideal one for Durham. Start to think about clearing.
Away, 3.
Now Max Pepper, we're in number 9. He's another one whose rugby journey I'm really excited to follow. I've got no idea if his future is as a scrum half,
stay behind,
or a wing, or a fullback, but he's a very talented rugby player, and I can see a club snapping him up.
It's a great nudge, it's a great exit from them. Put the pressure back on Swansea to exit into this win. I like the look of Max Pepper, he's been good. He's been good in past games I've played against him. He's looked good today. Sharp around the base, good kick there.
Yeah, green ball.
I think he's controlling the game pretty well so far, controlling the territory with Pat Bishop nicely.
Because he'll have been mostly on the wing when he played against
Swansea,
you,
stay on the mark.
Yeah, I think so. Harry Craven, obviously a hell of a player in that Durham team when they won the league. He played at 9, so yeah.
He's back playing, which is great news, because of course he had that bad luck at Wasps and then went and played Shoot Shield. He's with Chester in Nat 2 at the moment, and I saw that he won some kind of award. Player of the week, maybe?
Player of the week, yeah, indeed.
You and I both spent too much time
in the way there as well.
Rugby Noises on Instagram, but either way, that's it's great to see him back in his boots.
0 man, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's a couple of times at the Mall where Swansea have managed to force something. Oh wow, scrum has turned into a penalty for Chat.
Not sure who that was, but a bit of back chat to the ref there.
Well, you can't do that, can you?
No, I'd never get involved in that. Walk back, keep my mouth shut, walk back the 10.
Yeah. Okay.
That was your scrum half spot. That was your scrum half spot.
Oh, so the referee just confirming that it was Max Pepper's fault. Half-backs, you see. Always got something to say. Better line-up ball for Swansea, and that's spat out there to Dan Roderick. And now Sam Gwyn Carroll, the open side, in midfield. Swansea trying to create something here, and then bursting through. Beautiful run. The offload's good too. Swansea cutting loose. And this is the back line that they've expected to see all season. Now Tom Florence over the line. Has he grounded it? Not this time. Durham hanging on. But how about that from Swansea?
Again, down that left flank, they're getting a bit of joy there, moving the ball into the edge.
That's quite a lot to do.
Nice dummy, I think. Who was that from?
Okay. Look at where we are now, Uzo.
Just listening into that conversation.
No, Captain, it's not.
With the referee and Braden Barrett. But yeah, the players up the left, you've got Tom Florence, Liam Morgan, Kean, all involved.
Yeah, they look really threatening when they're moving the ball out the back of those shapes and
getting
into the wide channels. Again, I think that's something they've got to keep going after.
Yeah.
Well, after an inauspicious start that saw them 12-0 down, this is the kind of rugby they're putting together now. Fraser Jones starting it. That was a lovely break from him.
Yeah, that's nice and good awareness to find the pass there to Kean on the edge. Now they're position A.
First job, Jamie Phillips needs to find the man. Good line-up ball. Durham throws someone up, so they could lose some momentum here, but they've done well.
Same ball, same ball.
Oh, until they haven't. What about this? A two-man maul. Just need to ground it.
That's short.
Just short. Smart play by Swansea. Then the dive, then the dart. And it's a second try for the hosts.
Excellent play, excellent play. Been really clinical when they've got down there, haven't they? 2 mauls, 2 tries, and yeah, you can't say anything else. It's real clinical down there.
Keep your eye on Sam Gwyn Carroll wearing number 7. Well, when it broke away, I thought we were going to have a 2-man maul. You don't get that very often. And then the second bite at it, there he is, the number 7 there. Sees the opportunity, full commitment, try time. 10-12, game on.
Kick in a similar position, see if he can make up for his last miss here.
Tough one into the wind.
Is it Jones with the kicking duties?
It's got the legs. It's got the precision.
Yeah, lovely strike from Jones there.
Swansea 10. Swansea 12, Durham 12. Let's talk kicking then. When you kick it into the wind like that, do you change how you strike the ball, or are you always consistent in that sense?
I think you've just got to try, and I think what you notice with there from Jones there is he tried to kick that one a little bit lower, keep it out of the wind, try and pierce it through the wind. So that is, you've got to kick it a little bit lower, just try and get it through that wind. Again, Durham 4 in the backfield, really narrow here. Be interesting to see if Swansea go after that. Looks like they're setting to kick again.
Yeah, Ben Matamed is the widest man wearing 13. They've gone for a kick to compete. Oh, and it's been knocked on. That's unlucky, but a little bit of heads-up rugby. And as you say, there could be an opportunity. I mean, there's still work to do because Durham do have 4 in that backfield waiting to defend.
Time back on. There's your mark. There's your mark.
Good platform again here for Durham. They've gone to a similar setup that they went to for that Mac Pepper try. I wonder if the 9 comes high and defends him here, if he'll try and take this blind side again.
Well, the improvement in this Swansea team is actually quite remarkable, because in the 9 games between round 7 and round 16, they conceded 483 points at 53 points a game. It is an unforgiving league when your form drops, that's for sure. Here come Durham. They've not had many opportunities for a while. Ben Matamed takes them to 25 metres. Max Pepper, another good short ball, another big carry. Curran Maguire.
Good competition.
The back 5. Love a carry for this Durham team, and there's Marcus Rhodes with another.
It's really good.
Paolo Fafita, not the kind of shoulder you want to run onto.
Roll!
Coming up to half an hour gone. Pepper, Hamish Murray. Oh, runs straight into his opposite number. That is a good collision. Cal Grieve now.
Roll!
Wearing 15, but
Ball
also
is
comfortable at 10. Expect to see plenty of him with his hands on the ball as Rhodes gets over the gain line again, and Durham back where they were a couple of phases ago, and Swansea over the ball and winning the penalty.
Yeah, that's a massive D-set from Swansea there. That's going to give them some good momentum. They've got all the momentum as it is, but that's a massive boost for them.
Well, that was Marcus Rhodes with a couple of big carries, but if you are going to continue carrying the ball, you can't be isolated. Half an hour gone. We have got a proper contest here. I'm going to do my best to keep across some other social medias to see if we can get some other scores for you.
Yeah.
So Loughborough, after 31 minutes, 13-7 up against Cardiff. Remember, Durham and Loughborough level on points going into this, so the team with the best result will finish in second. If you finish in second, then you're going to get Leeds Beckett at home. And I tell you what, that is not the easy fixture that it once was. Beckett have played some brilliant rugby this year.
Yeah. And to be fair, both people listening well when it comes to listening. Okay, time is back on.
Make sure you get credit too, guys.
We have time left.
Trying to stay neutral here, but obviously I want Swansea to do a job to help out the mighty Loughborough.
Well, of course, this is you live in Swansea now, don't you?
Yeah, just down the road, 10 minutes down the road. So Swansea is technically the local BUCS Super Rugby team, but can't say I'm a Swansea fan just yet. Maybe a couple more years.
That's not touched anyone.
Another kick to complete and bounces up nicely for Karen Maguire, and he can get on the front foot.
Watch. That's fine. Knees down, release tackler. Hands off!
Finally, with their hands on the ball. They've had a tough 15 minutes or so. Swansea have had that yellow card period as well that they negotiated well. Pepper. Marcus Rhodes. Oh, Rhodes wriggles free, finds Arthur Green. Now they're on the front foot. Braden Barrett. This is where they were when Swansea won the penalty before. Don't make that mistake this time.
Roll, good.
Well, Durham have been really good. It's when they found those late offloads like this, shifted the point of attack. As Curry tackles Ollie Walker. Pepper looking for a gap. Instead, he feeds the Durham forward. Braden Barrett, lovely inside ball. Arthur Green scores. What a try by Durham to retake the lead at St. Helens.
That offload out the back is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know who was that. Braden Barrett? That is mental.
Pure class from Braden Barrett. What were we just saying about Durham being at their best when they find those offloads, those soft shoulders? All three back rowers involved. Barrett finds Green. And they'll chop that one up for socials, I've no doubt. What a score.
I think, again, Pepper there showing his threat around the base there, taking the ball to the line, taking a couple steps, and he's creating those one-on-one carries. That one for Rhodes there, I think it was. He won't get all the credit he deserves for that try, I don't think, but he's created that for me.
Carl Grieve. One of the easiest conversions he'll have all night. Again, no sympathy for the ball cut. Yeah, let's have a look at this handling here. It was the next phase, wasn't it? So here's Pepper. Finds Ollie Walker, and now the big men get involved.
Yeah, I really like that. He's just taken the eyes of the guard there just to give him that carry, and that is absolutely sensational.
Karen Maguire
finds
Braden Barrett, finds Arthur Green, finds the lead. Probably
coming there, Jacques, find this knock on anyway.
Probably dived into the soggiest part of the pitch as well.
A knock on the third kick.
Bad news for Swansea in the second half. The wind has died down a little bit, but that can all change. So for Durham, if they can go in with a lead and not necessarily have that wind to contend with quite as much in the second half, that really is a big contributing factor to how this game could go.
Yeah, that'll be a massive plus for them. Does seem like it's getting a little bit less breezy out there, so they're in a good position at the minute. See how Swansea go off this set piece.
12-19, 34 minutes. This final round game. Fraser Jones again looks to take it to the backs and looking to offload themselves. Swansea's backs against Durham's forwards at the moment, as that's one for Rory Case to chase, but everyone beaten by the touchline.
Not a bad decision putting that in behind, trying to put the pressure on Durham to exit.
But of course, knowing that we can just put a rocking great toe on it, even with that little bit of. Oh wow! Player gone down heavy there, and now Swansea on the front foot. Dan Roderick sends the big men in. Vito, one try already in this game. Short ball, little tip on. Swansea forwards looking to do what Durham have done to them. Slow ball. Max Marshall there lining himself up for a carry, but instead he offers the latch. It's spilt out of the side. Oh, and turned over by Braden Barrett. There might have been a little knock on there, but the referee didn't spot it. The chance has gone and Durham can exit. Max Pepper puts that out just inside the 22. And a good defensive win there for Durham. Good pressure.
Yeah, Swansea have been pretty clinical when they've been down there for the first 35 minutes, but that's a good D-set. Slowing the ball down, I think Fafita needs to get on the ball there. He's gonna take a few men with him. He's looked really good so far. Really physical in the carry for a big man, getting through a lot of work as well. See if he gets on the ball here off this set piece. You can see him coming charging around the corner here at the 10 maybe.
Stay there, come off, stay.
And here they come instead. It's Ewan Johns.
Okay, roll away.
But it is pretty direct, and now Tom Florence, the
Hands
next to go.
12, hands off. Yeah, that's
Theo
fine,
Curry
that's good
offering
control.
himself, and it is Curry who gets in. He's backed up by Max
Bring down
Marshall.
safely. Okay, roll away. You're stuck
Good
there, that's
tackle by
fine, you're
Chris
stuck,
Poole.
stay.
Last couple of minutes before half-time for Fafita. Again, he's a nightmare to bring down. Eventually, he's pushed down by his own player to try and create the quick ball. Florence. Good tackle on him. It's a little bit lateral. Swansea inside the 22. Ewan Johns stays on his feet well. Good secondary effort by Johns. Arthur Green called off it. It's good line speed by Durham inside their own 22. 37 minutes gone. Jones, now Florence. Florence has a go. Durham making good tackles. And a late tackle, and a decision to be made here for Swansea, because there are 3 points on offer. Charlie Titcombe, what would you do?
Well, I know what you'd do as a Quins man. You put it in the corner, but
100%.
I'm taking the 3 here, and that's what they've done. Good decision, in my opinion. Take the 3. 19-15 going into half time with the wind at their backs. Hopefully the second half.
2.5
I think that's a good call. Oh no, have they gone to the corner? Okay, I thought he pointed to the sticks.
I did too. Maybe we need to get our eyes tested. They're a long way away, mind. So let's see if we can spot the late hit. Oh yeah, silly one that.
Yeah, it's classic, trying to get after the smallest man on the pitch. I've had a few of them, especially against Durham.
Last couple of minutes of the half. Swansea inside the 22. Good line-up ball. Now Jamie Phillips starts thinking about getting on the end of some good work, but the ball's gone backwards. That chance has gone. Mark Dormer quick to rise up and force Swansea back. Tom Florence picks and goes. He's been excellent in this first half, Tom Florence.
No, they were
Another
onside.
dart and a good clear out. Everything's a bit narrow here, including Durham's defence. Lots of Palatinate bodies around the ball, but a little dart by the big man. Ben Roberts takes Swansea to within 2 metres. Try just before half-time would make this a right contest in the second half. To close range, where they've scored the 2 tries from. Not quite there, though. Try-saving tackle, and Dan Roderick finds Rory Case. Rory Case held up, but a penalty advantage coming for Swansea. They'll not want to use it.
It's a knock on there.
Oh, it's a little knock on there as they were building, and this time it's Durham who are down to 14.
Is that Pat Bishop showing the cheese there? Or?
10. Oh.
Yeah, I think it is.
He's making his way off, Pat Bishop.
Time off. Time off. There's an injury. Time is off.
Be interesting to see how they could use this extra man off the wall, maybe. I think Pat Bishop likes defending on the blindside wing, so maybe a little peel play down the short side. I don't know.
Well, both teams have been down to 14. Well, in the one dead rubber today, of course, Leeds Beckett can't finish higher than 7th or lower than 7th. And Exeter have really rotated the team, and they've already been league champions. So they're 14-7 down. Loughborough and Cardiff met. We have got very little chance of finding out the Hartbury score, because, with respect, they never update it.
Got a question for you now, D-Rod.
Time is back on. It's when they tap the ball.
Okay,
Stay behind the try line. Time
think
is
just
on your top.
who have you been your standout players from the season? Obviously last round, who's impressed you? New names that have...
I'll
we'll talk
tell
after.
you at the end of this, we've got half time
that.
for that. So we're coming up to 40 minutes then. Last chance of the half for Swansea to try and reduce this deficit. They've not led in the game yet. They could go in level at half-time. Beautiful line. Rory Case under the sticks. Swansea score. What a contest. Great line by Case. And as the clock hits 40, Swansea 17, Durham 19 with the kick to come.
Again, taking it down that left side. Similar play where they scored that first try with the line break. Yeah, they've played the exact same shape, gone out the back, and they're getting the rewards again. That's something they've got to keep going to, which is lovely. Great line from Rory Case here, just accelerates at the line and breaks the tackle.
Well, with the easiest of conversions to come, you have to expect us to be level at half-time, and we are. What a game. Swansea 19, Durham 19. Durham were 12-0 up, remember. But here we are, all square in this last game of the round. 19-19. Charlie Titcombe, your thoughts on the first half?
Durham obviously started pretty well, and they were very dominant, but Swansea have come back. I think they've realised that they had to move the ball a lot into the win there, and they've got some real good rewards and joy out of moving the ball into those wide channels. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go in the second half with that wind at their back. But Durham, obviously, they're animals and they never go away, from my experiences anyway. So especially when they're playing for a second place in the league, I know they're not going to stop coming for the next 40 minutes.
Swansea 19, Durham 19 in round 18. Let's take a look at some of the highlights, the try-lights. 6 tries in total. The first went to Durham, and the way they started the game, and especially when Max Pepper went in, and it was so easy. I mean, it's a lovely finish there. He just comes in on the arc, but that was a little bit too easy. Back before the sky went inky dark and the floodlights came on, we thought it could be a long afternoon for Swansea.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said earlier, the Durham forward pack and the backs were connecting nicely, and they started off really well. Lovely finish from Pepper there, but Swansea have come back, to be fair.
They certainly have. So that was the opening try, and at that point Durham had the conditions, they had the wind, and they were playing them beautifully. This was the second. Durham have been famous for this over the years. Chris Poole is the man in the 2 jersey, and if you want to come to BUCS Super Rugby and you want to score tries, then come to Durham and be a hooker. I mean, they had 10 or 12 metres to make here. This was textbook driving maul.
I think the backs make this, in my opinion, here. The centres adding their weight.
Yeah, Ollie Walker's in there as well, we're number 11.
Is that Mikey Ford?
Mikey Ford's there, yeah.
They're adding the weight. They'll take credit for that try on the bus back.
As well they should. As well they should. So at that point, that conversion was missed. It was 12-0, and you were talking about Paolo Fafita moments before and how physical he is. It was a bit of a sketchy take on the line out, but mass moves mass, and a good carry there from Jamie Phillips, and then Paolo Fafita, very difficult man to stop. Look at him revving the engine here from 6 metres out.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He's been an absolute nuisance to stop when he's getting his hands on the ball, and I guess there shows it. Fights well on the floor and gets a try that he deserved, and Swansea deserved.
So that was Swansea getting back into the game, and they weren't done then. It was another good line-out ball. Theo Curry there, rising high. The ball didn't work entirely as they wanted it to, however. Sam Gwyn Carroll was ready, sniping around as all good open sides do. Just short there. Smart play as well, not to go over the line and get held up, but instead keep it alive for one more phase, and Sam Gwyn Carroll dots down there for 12-12. It's the backs that have done a lot of the damage for Swansea, but the forwards who got the 2 tries, and then this, perhaps the pick of the bunch. Lovely late ball there. Karen Maguire finds Braden Barrett, and a lovely backdoor offload to Arthur Green, who slides it in the spud field to give Durham the lead. And then just before half-time, finally, One for the backs. Fraser Jones finding Rory Case. And what Swansea do have is a lot of big physical backs. Rory Case is one of them. And he goes over under the post. It takes us to 19-19. Well, the Swansea Sirens. The Swansea Sirens are putting on a display here at St. Helens. Me and Charlie are going to enjoy that, and we're going to have a look at what's coming up in BUCS.
Welcome to BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance.
It's the final play, and look at the celebrations, look at how much it means to Northumbria. And that is full time here, and Nottingham reigns supreme.
Take it in for the second. Loughborough touchdown.
White will head for the corner, but he won't need to get there. The referee blows the full time whistle.
I was born for this. I believe we can write our story. I believe we can be an army. We are the warriors who learn to love the pain. We come from different places, but have the same name. Cause we were born for this. We were born for this. We are the broken ones who chose to spark a flame. Watch as the fire rages, our hearts are never tame. Cause we were born for this.
Trophy blocked by Field. Seren Singleton sniping.
Oh, Tilly Smale is on the scoreboard, and Hartpury University surely at this stage now.
Hartpury University, the Women's National League champions.
Destiny Day ends with Exeter as BUCS Super Rugby national champions. Well, they're enjoying themselves, aren't they? What a view, what a stadium, what a game. It is Swansea 19, Durham 19 at half-time. That is one of the best/worst mullets. I don't even, like, a mullet's good, a mullet's bad, I don't know. Mullets are mullets, that's what we do know. What else do we know? We do know that Charlie Titcomb's here, and whilst we're waiting for the home team to come out, Durham are ready. Let's have a quick chat about BUCS Super Rugby players that have impressed you then. Let's have a few names, because I know that you still love to follow the league.
Yeah, of course. We were just chatting off air there, and I think Pepper, first of all, he's really impressed me tonight. I think he's been class. I really like Jack Forsyth at Exeter Uni. I was with him at Worcester Warriors before obviously that folded, and he's come in as a fresher, and he's been excellent. He's obviously got Durrell at 7 with him, who's obviously, everyone knows about him. He's a quality player, man of the match in the final last year. Yeah, but those are a few players. Loughborough, I'm trying to think. George Taylor.
Very good. Really
like George Taylor. Normally very good looking, good at rugby. Just signed a new deal with Bristol Bears, so he's got a lot going for him. He's class at Loughborough. I think he's been one of the best players. So those 3 or 4. Any from you that stand out?
Yeah, somebody who hasn't been spoken about a lot, but Brandon Harvey, the lock at Cardiff Met, the American, is very, very good. Corbin Smith at Hartpury as well is naughty. Of course, we all know about Roma Zheng, but he's played some great stuff. I know Quinn's like him a lot. And a few boys, I know they're bottom of the league, but like Tom Florence in this Swansea team, he was named in an Ospreys team this year. He is very, very good indeed. So a lot of teams, a lot of talent, and it's coming to that time of year now where we wonder what players are going to do. Obviously from Loughborough last year, it was really exciting when you and Ted got the nod, and of course Ted's brother up at Falcons too, and just great to see people being given a go. As we take a look at this Swansea team, Hugh Gustafsson, busiest man in show business, but some of the players he's got here, and he balances Swansea Uni, and then they get some time in the Welsh Prem as well. They play a lot of rugby, the boys down here, and as we can see, when he does get his pick of the players and he can put them all out there, they can go toe-to-toe with some of the best in the division, and Durham really are one of the best in the division. And that back row in particular, Green, Barrett and Rhodes, absolutely superb. The second half underway. A reminder that the scores are level, but the players on the pitch are not. Pat Bishop has got about 8 minutes left on his yellow card. Swansea attacking the try line to your left in this second half with a little bit of breeze, but not as much of a breeze as Durham had in that first half. That's another good carry.
Is that Rhodes again?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been excellent ball in hand. He's been getting over the gain line every carry.
And his hands have let him down there as Swansea have looked to work that out to the right-hand side.
I'm not sure if I've made this up, but I think Marcus Rhodes was a London Irish boy, potentially.
Yeah, there's quite a few of those boys who've made their way into BUCS Super Rugby.
Yeah, I played against him in 2019, 2020 Academy League final, Leicester versus London Irish, and he was carrying the same then as he was today, and I'm glad he's not running at me today, I'll tell you that.
Well, there has been a change on the open side flank for Durham. Johnny Smith has come on. The younger of the Smiths.
The younger, better Smith.
Former Scotland under-20s, currently on the books at Harlequins. Former player of the tournament at the St. Joe's Festival as well. Talented young man. He'll have a different dynamic. Oh, it's a great line by Marcus Rhodes, and the offload is good. Pepper's there, and Durham start the second half like they started the first, on the front foot. Braden Barrett, little tip on, finds Curran Maguire. What a start to the second half this would be if they could get the bonus point try here, Durham. The bonus point try that could see them finish second in the table. Pepper has a little snipe, so Durham without a scrum half. It'll be Johnny Smith. He's got rid of them, which is great news. Well done, Johnny. Good grown-up decision. Another good tackle by Swansea. Physical, abrasive. And low they go again. Patient phase play by Durham, though. A lot to like about this. A lot of players confident on the ball. Now it's a bit quicker. Now it's Braden Barrett. And a penalty advantage. A little snipe by Pepper. Can't ground it. Swansea on the ball, and we'll go back for the penalty.
That is, if I think of Durham, that is what I think of Durham. Round the corner team.
No, too slow.
Massive carries.
Yeah, use the tray line.
That's excellent from them. That's how they're going to win this game. I think that's quality from them. It looks like they're going to go to the maul here. Rhodes has been really impressive. No, it's only been 3 minutes in the second half, but he's got through some carries. First half, obviously, he did as well. Johnny Smith adding a little bit as well, coming on with the chopped haircut. Looks a bit more streamlined.
It's banged on to Australia.
Yeah, he's in Australia, in Sydney at the minute with George Barber, the two of them.
Oh yes.
I think he's enjoying it out there.
Ah, good for him. Can't believe those lads getting their burgers. Haven't brought coats with them. They catch the death of cold, you know.
Must be freshers. Must be a punishment of some description.
Chris Poole. Oh, it's not as clean as they wanted it. And it's been pinched by Swansea. Sam Gwynne-Carroll, the try scorer. Then Ben Roberts going a little bit beyond the ruck there to get rid of the last Durham player. And down Roderick. Sends it downfield. Good clearance kick as well.
Yeah, it's a great nudge. I think I've been impressed with both nines on both sides. He's controlling things well. Don't know where the lino's. I think the lino's done him a bit dirty there, personally. But I mean, we've not got the best angle up here. Looks like Fafita's coming off, is it?
Yeah. So they'll miss his carrying, but Louis Fletcher, excellent player around the park. Swansea challenging at that line out.
Just a scrum advantage. It's a scrum knock on.
Hands off! One of the Swansea players down in.
It's your own hands,
back play here, so
you're all wearing purple. Let's try.
Durham will have a man advantage for the foreseeable future.
There's Barrett. Still scrum advantage.
It
won't be for much longer.
Right, your knock-on advantage is over. You've gone 3 plays. Knock-on advantage over.
Durham missing a little bit of direction with Pat Bishop off the pitch.
And the kick goes up into the breeze. Decent take, but a very good chase. And Cian Abraham wriggles free, finds Rory Case. Can't quite turn the man for the 50-22. Finn Baker has stayed down in the middle of the pitch there for Durham. As the spectators find their voice after a good tackle. Again, Durham, they're not gambling on this win. That's a nice offload by Smith. He finds Mikey Ford. Ford gets rid of a couple of tacklers. What a carry that is from Ford. Florence tries the rip, but still going. He has carried a Swansea player for 20 metres and got the penalty advantage. Excellent work by Durham, and they're just winning these collisions at the moment. Still penalty advantage. 6 minutes of the second half gone. Smith. Tackle by Louis Fletcher, the replacement tight head. Running into big men. Still a penalty advantage. Swansea flying into tackles.
There's no advantage coming in, 5 is offside, 10 metre line.
Ben Roberts offside. Now, decision for Durham. It is a tough kick at the poles from here. It's Finn Baker who's down.
I've been impressed with Johnny Smith off the bench. I think he was really influential on that last bit of play there. Good carry, good offload.
Somebody else jumps.
He's added a bit of zip to this this Durham forward pack, getting them on the front foot alongside Rhodes, obviously.
They don't want to lose Finn Baker. He's
play on, somebody else
with the Falcons, ex-Sedberg. He's the line-out caller as well. Bar a few hiccups. Set piece has been going well for Durham. Chris Poole, another successful Ulsterman. Tense perspective. That happens. Frustration.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration. They're obviously in a good position there. A man down as well. If they can capitalise there, that's a good opportunity of them scoring. It is frustrating, obviously, but I mean, we drop balls in the back. They probably get frustrated when they have to come back and scrum. So all evens itself out in the end.
Some do, but some absolutely love scrummaging, don't they? They live for it. Swansea lining up for the exit. Plenty of kicking options. Case, Johns, Florence, Abraham, all able to get rid.
Ball is out, ball is out.
Roderick opts for Fraser Jones. Takes an awkward bounce, but now Durham can run onto it. Ollie Walker. Again, these metres after contact for Durham. Very impressive carrying. Pepper. Smith. Gets rid of a tackle and finds Ford. Ford does well to stay in field until he doesn't. Cian Abraham ushers him out, but that is two physical carriers out wide there in Smith and Ford.
Next play. Yeah,
Another opportunity for Chris Poole. Find his man.
Swansea Ultras in good voice in the back of the stand over there, despite the lack of clothes.
Well, you've got to sing yourself warm, haven't you? Because it is a chilly one here. I can tell you're doing all right at Scarlets with that north face as well.
25 years old vintage piece this. From my old man.
Oh, very nice.
Simon!
From when he
You
climbed
have now
Everest,
gone
is it?
outside. You've gone outside. Outside. No, it's gone outside.
Roderick sends it up. It's a kick to compete this time.
Good time, man.
Well, not to melt Cal Grieve there. Good take by the fullback. Now Mike Ford. Oh, gets met. Great shot. Max Marshall. And then Max Pepper sends that into the 22. Keane Abraham. It's a good strike. Again, Durham ball. That one's sliced. And it's going to bounce. It's going to turn Swansea. Fraser Jones has been put in a little bit of trouble by his teammate. 10 minutes of the second half gone. No change to the score. Swansea haven't led in this game. Durham have led 12-0 and 19-12. Bit more attritional. However, it's been Durham who probably had the better of the territory in the second half. Oh, that is not a great pass. And now Durham chasing back. That is a no-nonsense kick by Cal Grieve. Didn't really have a choice there, and better safe than sorry.
Oh yeah, absolutely class opportunity here now for Swansea. I like that again from the 9, just seeing Jones was in a bit of trouble, put a foot on it and gone back to the kick to use that win, and a great kick chase from the wingers there. Forced that error, and now they've got an opportunity to maul. They've scored 2 tries off mauls so far, so let's see if they can make it a hat-trick.
Billy Hipperson is on in the second row for Finn Baker. Jamie Phillips has got a golden opportunity here, 51 minutes into the game. Durham don't contest, and straight away try and stop them all. Up come the Durham line, and Swansea go to work. Dan Roderick finds one of his big carriers, Mike Ford there. He's a big physical defender, isn't he? Marshall. Good carry.
Off your feet.
Options both ways, but Durham set in defence, so Swansea go up the short side. Another big carry. 5 metres short. Then another drive. What a shot on Tom Lawrence to stop him in his tracks. No room for the big centre. Roderick assesses the options, decides that the big men are the best shot at glory. Fletcher.
Watch your back foot.
It's a bit wet and sloppy down there, so footing and ball handling of paramount importance.
There's no release, I told you.
No clear release. Referee called them off. Oh, now what do you do? Corner, scrum, posts.
Just trying to see what they're trying to do. Scrum, it looks like. I don't mind it. I mean, they've scored 2 more tries. I think they can get after them at scrum time. They'll back themselves. They're confident. They're not going for the 3. Fairly easy kick there as they back themselves. They're not going to die wandering here.
Well, this game for Swansea is just an opportunity to get some confidence, get a victory. It's not going to change their league position, but it will send a message to the team that they will meet in the playoff, who will have to come here to St. Helens.
Pat Bishop back on the field, defending at 10. I wonder if Swansea have seen that. He's been on. Oh, that's a good. See if Swansea will see Pat Bishop at 10 now. He's been defending on the wing most of the game, so I wonder if it's something they might go after. Maybe the 8 off the scrum at him. I know that's something us 10s don't like dealing with.
That's the first time we got a twist. Let's go back to these like these.
Well, you've just got to hope that the open side flies up and gets himself in the spokes before you have to. So Tom Gardner, the man at 8. Pat Bishop, the man who may have to defend him.
Go!
I think Durham will be very pleased with the nudge they got on at that scrum.
Keep straight.
It's Messi again, and it is Tom Gardner. Great shot on Gardner. Stops him clean in his tracks. And then that scrum platform for Swansea disappears, and they're back to sniping from short range, which they do.
Right, Tucker, release. Thank you. Good play, Tucker.
There's another dart, and Johnny Smith makes a good tackle. There's a good clear out as well. Swansea just struggling a little bit for quick ball. 14 minutes of the second half gone. Now a little bit of width. There are numbers for Swansea, but Fraser Jones sticks hold. Mike Ford's over it. And this is quicker ball. Now the chance for Ewan Johns. Finds an offload. Swansea have gone from 15 to 15, but haven't gone forward at all. Ben Roberts, rangy second rower. Hasn't got a low centre of gravity at all, so Max Marshall straightens up. Florence. Big Tom Florence. He can't make any gain line either. And this is a brilliant defensive set from Durham, but it is still with Swansea. 15 minutes of the second half gone. Now Swansea cut loose. Beautiful pass over the top for the corner. All eyes on the referee.
It's lighting out. Lighting out.
It's an absolutely class ball from Jones. He's pulling the strings, getting nicely out the back of those shapes. He's got a great passing game on him as well. That's unlucky there in the corner.
Well, what a brilliant defensive set from Durham, though. First of all, standing up to be counted in the scrum, then a massive tackle on Tom Gardner, and eventually forcing Swansea to go wide. It was a beautiful ball, but a tough finish. And the score remains 19-19.
Tough place to get out of this, D-Rog. Coffin corner, but they've got the maul rolling.
Yes, they have. Billy Hipperson goes up high, but a couple of Swansea bodies in the wrong position, but up the blind side they go. Good meters made by Pepper. And this a really confident exit from Durham. I think if Durham are patient here, Swansea have tiptoed offside a few times.
Use it!
So both teams have done some defending now in this second half. 16 minutes of it gone. Oh, the charge down. Volley ball back, and it's with Smith. Oh, it's a lovely ball from Smith, but taken back in. So, allowed to bounce. Swansea back three, having a go. Oh, beautiful feet. Away goes Slee, and Morgan finds the offload to Roderick. Roderick finds Kian Abraham. It's 4 tries in a week for the Swansea fullback, and they lead for the first time.
That's an excellent finish off counter-attack there. Broken field. Thought when he let that ball bounce there, Kian, I thought he was going to be in for trouble, but they've been excellent there, keeping the ball alive, offload after offload. And that's a sensational. The man who started it, the man who's finished it. That's quality from Kian.
Well, we talked about the back three, didn't we? Abraham, Lee and Morgan. It's a lovely little snaffle from Dan Roderick to Kian Abraham. A lot of his tries are poacher's tries, and he was there to finish that. Well, that lot love it. Great game. 58 minutes gone, and for the first time, Durham chasing the game.
Looks like Loughborough, as it stands, Loughborough second place, 37-12, I believe, up. They're at Epping away, so Swansea can hold on to this lead. Loughborough will be finishing second.
Here's Jones. We're on the touchline. He likes it.
Jones is coming into this game nicely. Let's see if he can manage out this last 20 minutes. It's going to be a massive test for Swansea, because, like we said at half-time, Durham won't go away. Is that Isaac Kayada as well on tight head prop?
Here's Isaac Kayada on.
Played for Gloucester, I believe, on Saturday.
you're good at this, mate, you can come back.
Against Bath in a friendly. That's what Twitter does for you, or X, I should say.
There's a little chip in behind that doesn't go to ground, and that has released the danger man. Beautiful hands, beautiful feet. Oh, that is sensational. Oh my goodness, Max Pepper turns Swansea on their heads, and Durham are right back in the game.
That's an absolute moment of magic from Pepper there. He's been lively at the line, lively with the ball in his hands the whole game, and that is something special. It's going to be a tough debate if that tops the try out the back door.
Oh, the hands, the little dummy there. Oh, he is a special, special player. Well, the kick successful, so we're back 26-26. That is the bonus point secured for Durham. Now they just need to secure the victory, and we'll need to get the fingers, thumbs, toes out to see who's going to finish second between Loughborough and Durham. But oh my goodness, what a score! What a score! Two tries for Max Pepper. 20 minutes to go. What a contest!
Yeah, 2 minutes. I'm halfway.
If it's anything like the first 60, we're in for a serious last 20 minutes here.
Well, let's hope so.
For a restart.
26-26, hopefully, wherever you're watching around the world, you're enjoying this one as much as we are. 8 tries shared between the two teams. 2 of them to the man who's about to box kick this one clear. A little bit of pressure on the kick, so it doesn't make many metres.
That was inside.
End-to-end stuff. I mean, we don't know who, and even if you had heard whispers, we couldn't possibly disclose, but someone's got to sign Max Pepper, surely.
Yeah, you've got to. He can play on the wing as well, can't he?
Yeah.
He's looking like a serious player. Looks like he's kicked on even more this year.
Not long enough.
He looks like a very good option.
So Bob Bray is on for Swansea, another experienced back rower to see this game out. Some of these collisions for Durham, some of their ball carriers, absolute bone rattlers. And that one drilled low. Sensible option, but you are kicking to this backfield. And Fraser Jones. Oh, that is so unlucky by Fraser Jones. Flirting with the touchline. The bounce of the ball favours Durham. It's not the kind of place, if you're Durham, you want to be catching that ball either. You're getting all kinds of heat. That's a good kick. Oh, good take as well on the bounce. Kick battle's been really interesting.
Both back threes been pretty lively, to be fair. Making good decisions to come out the kick battle, I think, as well at times. Swansea win it there. Opportunity for Jones to put this deep into Durham territory.
A few injuries out there. It's no surprise, really. You think they're coming to the end of a long season, physical game, heavy pitch. There's a tough old graft out there for those boys.
You never know if it's an injury or if the lungs are just hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
If it's a front row, it's normally the lungs.
Although I'd imagine everyone is probably feeling it out there, because it has been a physical game between two very good teams. More good line-up ball. Ewan Johns takes it to the line and decides that Carrion's the best option. Oh, what a turnover. Wow. Well, holding on, and Durham have stood up to a very physical inside centre.
Chris Paul, I think, there with the turnover. The Durham hooker.
practically gone sideways, and even though this wind has died down, it gives you an idea of what challenges are out there for the kickers. So the tough thing for Durham here is, yes, they've turned the ball over. How do they get out of their half?
No, he's coming in. True stay.
Hipperson, nice ball.
You can stay there too, because you're in it. That is a more!
Chris Poole there at the back, assessing the options. Max Pepper getting ready to send this one up. Ian Morgan, lovely offload by Morgan after some good foot work. Left on, and that is how Durham get out of their half. Right, so you're on 10-minute warning-ish, and this is quite literally the worst thing I could do to you. You're picking the BUCS Super Rugby man of the match tonight, and I mean, it's going to be a tough one. It doesn't have to be somebody from the winning team. You never know, there might not be a winning team. However, just start to think about it.
Got a few names, I guess, that are in the hat.
Well, it's like the Oscars, isn't it? We can have the nominees, and then we'll have the winner. And will there be a winner? 15 minutes of this one to go. Options both ways, but there's just the one man stood on the right-hand side for Durham. That's Charlie Coe. Everyone else stacked to the left. And this time Swansea put the squeeze on. I'll tell you what, the referee's blown his whistle there just as Johnny Smith has knocked that on.
Same scrum. Right, same scrum.
Good boys, having a bit of afters. How much needle was there in the games that you played, and was there more with some teams than others?
Oh yeah, Loughborough Exeter is obviously a pretty big derby, so there's always a bit of an added edge with them. Just trying to think what else. We had a big one with Leeds Beckett a couple of years ago that ended up players going into the hoardings at Epping away.
Well, they're made out of solid wood as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I think the supporters were trying to get involved as well.
The first phase kick, Ian Morgan fumbles, but he can step his way out. Once, then twice, lovely work by Morgan. And then Johnny Smith tries for the rip, tries for the turnover, and eventually has to settle for the tackle. Was that touched in the air? Ref says no. Durham just starting to turn the tide, aren't they? Starting to get it a bit more field position.
Yeah, exactly that. I think that's what Swansea are going to have to go after this last 15 minutes. Field position. Nine's coming off, interesting core. Thought he's been excellent today. Controlled the game. This last 15 minutes is going to be big now. Don't know the name of the replacement 9, but
it's going to be Ben Thomas wearing number 21 for Swansea. But you are right. Both sets of half-backs have had really good games today as Max Pepper sends the big men forward. There are a couple of big men on as well. Isaac Kiada being one of them, and Marcus Rhodes being another.
Ball is available.
Melee of bodies. Oh, Pat Bishop has a little dart and a little hitch kick away. Pat Bishop looking for an option, finds an option. It's Max Pepper on a hat-trick. Oh, getting away from tackles. Pepper, great strength, great guile from the Durham 9. And they are back to within touching distance. Isaac Kayada receives the offload. There are some narrow, tired bodies out there as we approach the last 12 minutes of round 18 of BUCS Super Rugby. A pick and a go. Oh, and then off their feet. And Swansea escape. But again, it's Max Pepper and Pat Bishop linking up. Beautiful play by the halfbacks.
Yeah, excellent there from Pat Bishop. Line break there. He's obviously got some massive forward carriers around them, probably taking the attention of the Swansea D, and he just has a nice dummy and go. Lovely from him there.
So let's give you another update from where we can. Oh my goodness, it's getting a little bit ugly at Epping away. 44 points to 12.
He's in the ring.
Let's have a little check in at Exeter as well. Good game there, 19-13. Oh, tell you who are usually good. Nottingham. They're usually give us a good update, won't they? Remember, a bonus point win for them, or any kind of win. They are 22-5 down against Hartpury, so Hartpury potentially finishing in the top 4. So yes, Hartpury starting the day in 4th, so they will finish in 4th place. So it will be Hartpury versus Cardiff Met or Bath. How are Bath getting on?
He's going off, is he?
Absolutely no updates from Bath. Come on, lads. So Bath can't finish any lower than 6th. Or they could go up into 5th. If you got your diaries out, the quarterfinals are on the 27th, so all teams get a week break. Then the semis are on the 3rd, the week after that. So Swansea have got a big gap here until the 10th of April, but a lot of their players will probably be involved in the Indigo Prem, so they can stay sharp. And then the final is back at the Stonex on the 17th. So Cardiff playing Bath today.
That's moving. Don't change. Don't change.
Not updating their Twitter. So if anybody lets us know what the score is
moving.
at Llanrumney in Cardiff versus Bath, it'd be greatly appreciated. Coming up to the last 10 minutes here. Oh, that was the ball to Thean Morgan. Now it's Durham's turn to counter-attack, something they love to do. A couple of hitch kicks once and twice, and ushered towards the touchline.
It's a knock-on.
Oh, now Swansea have turned it over. That knock-on advantage, not forgiving at all. Another little dart up the short side. Oh, and the offload doesn't go to hand. But Swansea threatening on the edges. Durham hanging on. Swansea winning the penalty. Now there's a decision to be made. 10 minutes to go, and a kick will put him into the lead.
See if Jones fancies it. It looks like he's shaping to the corner. It's a tough kick on that right side.
When it goes out.
I don't think it's a terrible shot going to the corner if they can just build a bit of pressure as well. With the clock coming down. See if he can put it on the 5 here. Not bad from the angle there. Still going to be a bit of work to do, I think, for the forwards.
Another change for Swansea. Gethin Howells is on in the second row. We're in number 19. So now Fletcher, Howells and Bob Bray all on. Max Marshall's still out there. It's been a heck of a stint for him on the loose head side. 70 plus minutes. Oh my goodness me, Cardiff 26, Bath 0. That was at half-time.
Second row.
Here comes Swansea then, looking to take the lead for the second time. Some penalty advantage. This is massive now. What an opportunity. Ben Thomas, ball in hand, but we'll go back for the penalty.
Got to pop this in the corner now after that drive. I'll take confidence from that.
19 changing bounds.
Billy Hipperson changing his bind. 72 minutes. Just a reminder, in a close game like this, our clock is pretty close, but it's not linked in with the referee's watch. So if it gets to 80 minutes and the game is in the balance, don't get too excited or too disheartened. There could be any amount of time left. So with that UON score, I'll come back to that because that's a lovely ball to Ben Roberts, and Swansea go to the maul. 26-26.
You're not going anywhere. Swansea, use it.
So Ben Thomas told to use it, nips up the short side. Ben Thomas scores. An individual try from the replacement scrum half. Swansea into the lead for the second time. Time running out for Durham. What a game. Swansea 31, Durham 26.
Said it was a big 15-20 minutes for to bring off the 9 there, but he's made it worth it with a try there. That's absolutely massive, and the Swansea ultras in the corner are absolutely loving it, I think.
There's work to be done here. Where's he spotted the gap?
I think he's just gone inside Pepper there on the short side.
Well, there was chat there between the two wingers, wasn't there? They were calling Ollie Walker in. They were pointing at each other. You go, you go, you go. And eventually that indecision was taken advantage of. And Swansea are back in the lead. What a contest.
Massive kick here as well.
This to make it a 7-point game. Strike's good. Oh, he's hit the beans on toast and it's dropped! What a kick! 33-26. The St. Helens faithful in a rapture.
The beans on toast, not heard that one before, but might pick that one up and use that. Looks like Harry Reid is on at fly half. An ex-Leicester Tigers Academy man.
6.5.
You could definitely come again. Yeah, 6.5 minutes left, so our clock pretty much bang on the second.
Time is off.
Durham, the form team, joint with Loughborough, going into this final round. Undefeated in 5 games, 4 wins and a draw. That draw coming at Hollow Drift against Loughborough a couple of weeks ago. Oh, great chase, great restart. And this has been a brilliant game, and Durham have won the penalty. Sensational stuff. What a game. And look at Max Pepper, hands on the ball. He is desperate for an involvement. And if Durham could finish as low as 4th here, because Hartbury are up, aren't they? So Hartbury started the day on 58 points. Durham started the day on 60 points. If the full-time whistle goes now, Durham are on 62 points. So a bonus point victory for Hartbury, and Loughborough home and hosed. Durham could go from 2nd to 4th. And they'd play Cardiff Met at Hollow Drift. Oh, it's been turned over by Swansea.
Hey, touchdown release!
Massive. Absolutely massive. But 4 minutes when you're in your own 22 is a long time, as Ireland found out in the Six Nations against England at the weekend. 90 seconds to go, a box kick misses touch, and Marcus Smith drops you out of Grand Slam contention.
That's a pretty good exit, good decision to put the ball off the field there as well. Take down the time on the clock.
Yeah.
Marcus Rose off this line out, it looks like.
Hands up! Hands!
Guarantee 2nd or 3rd place. Durham need not 1 but 2 scores.
Hands up!
Massive defensive effort required from Swansea, and if they could hold out here, they're going to take so much confidence into that playoff. Make no mistake, regardless of the time of the season, regardless of where it is, Durham is a big scalp. It's a nudge into no man's land. Swansea can drill that ball clear. There's a good kick in the end. Durham put it on the toe too. Just over 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, good.
That one stays in play. Another counter dart into broken field. Oh, another penalty.
That's yours.
Okay, let's talk about player of the match then, CT. Maybe the next time the ball goes dead, we'll have a few nominees and then we will have the player of the match. Oh, it's going to be a well-earned award today. As Karen Maguire goes up and Durham back into the 22. There's a brilliant maul by Durham. And there's John Naftali, the replacement hooker at the back. Both teams have got to be squeaky clean here, and with that, Swansea give away the penalty.
There's no advantage.
Okay, Durham are going to kick this to the corner. Let's have a couple of nominees for player of the match.
A couple of nominees from both sides, because Durham could end up drawing this or even winning it, you never know. Durham, obviously Max Pepper, he's been excellent today. I think in the forward pack as well, Marcus Rhodes, he's carried excellently, got them on the front foot. So those are a couple from Durham. I think, without being biased to fellow fly halves, I think Fraser Jones at 10's had a really good game for Swansea. Controlled things well with his kicking game, and he's been excellent with the ball in his hands. And then forwards-wise, I know he only played 40 minutes, but for Fita he was excellent in that first half, and he gave them massive platform.
Okay, next stoppage, we'll have your player of the match, but this, a huge period of the game, and Braden Barrett goes up and claims it for the men in Palatinate. Josh Naftalin has a look up, the big men coming forward again, this huge for Durham, but they stopped just short for now, and Swansea have turned it over. They've spoiled it. There's still a minute to go, but they'll have the put-in at this scrum. And with that, let's have your player of the match.
I'm going to have to go with the Swansea 10, Fraser Jones.
Swansea outside half. Fraser Jones, BUCS Super Rugby player of the match in round 18. You are right, he has had an excellent game. And he's going to need one for the two huge remaining fixtures that Swansea have this season.
I think Durham still might potentially get another opportunity. I don't know what the time is on the ref's clock, but
well, he said a couple of minutes when he made that decision. So it's up to Swansea now to see this out. Our clock's about to hit 80. Oh, there was a little fumble there, but these next couple of carries massive, and that's a good one from Ewan Johns to start with.
Still time, still time.
Saying there's still time, the referee. It's Ben Roberts, he's had a good game as well, hasn't he? The lock forward.
No, still time.
Big 80-minute shift from him.
Still time.
This is that grey area now, whether to kick or keep hold of it.
Last play, says the referee. Swansea send it towards the seaside. A massive victory, a massive statement. They tell BUCS Super Rugby that they still belong. Now they're one victory away from keeping their place in elite student rugby. Durham go into the playoffs on the back of a victory. Their 5-game undefeated streak comes to an end, because here at St. Helens, Swansea have done it again. They've won by 33 points to 26. What a game.
Unbelievable. Swansea have turned the screw the last few weeks. They've been excellent last week against Loughborough. Could have easily won that, and then turned it on even more today. I've been really impressed with them. That's a massive statement going into the playoff to keep their Bucks dreams alive.
Well, they were 12-0 down after 10 minutes. It was 19-all at half-time. In the second half, I'm not going to say they took control, but they were certainly good for their victory. 33-26, a bonus point in the bag, and a great stepping stone into the playoff and the Welsh varsity that is still coming. Try-lights, we're going to leave you with those, but stick with us, because we'll be speaking to the player of the match and the coaches and getting the final thoughts of Charlie Titcombe. We'll be back shortly. how good. Well, what a game. A 7-point victory for Swansea and a message to the rest of the league. They still belong here. Now it's up to them to prove it by winning that playoff. All still to come. They've got a few weeks to dust themselves off, as have Durham, because they've got to dust themselves off after that defeat for the quarter-final. We've still got some math to do, some full-time scores to come in. What we do know is that they haven't finished in second place because Loughborough have got that bonus point win, so it will either be third or fourth. Another one of those games, Charlie, where at the beginning you think, oh, Durham win this, but Swansea, they turn up. You said they were good last week. They were really good tonight.
Yeah, they were excellent. They could have easily caved away, I think, after they went 12 points down. But they just kept coming, didn't go into their shells, moved the ball really well, and they didn't die wandering like we said up there. So I was really impressed with them today. They looked excellent.
What did you like about Durham? Because we've got so long to chat about this because they're still in their huddles over there. We're going to have a couple of interviews a little bit later on. We're hearing from Fraser, man of the match, that you chose, and hopefully from the two coaches as well. But let's talk about Durham because it was a great game. They more than played their part. They got the try bonus. What did you like about them tonight?
First of all, Max Pepper, quality player. He's really the forefront of this team. Like, he gets them going, he gets their forwards into the game and controls the game well. With Pat Bishop, they were good. But their forward pack, I think they were pretty relentless. They brought some good players off the bench. Johnny Smith, really good player, added a bit of zip. But yeah, just physically, set piece, they're an excellent team. But Swansea went a different way, played a different style and managed to get the win today. So you never know, games set themselves up to be different each time. But yeah, Durham, they're always physical, they're always around the corner, they're always loving set piece. So they won't go away from that in the knockouts.
And what a turnaround for Swansea. I mean, we spent a lot of time talking about Loughborough tonight, but earlier in the season, Swansea went up to Epinal Way and conceded 95 points. At that point, you think, oh, they're done, they're gone. But this league and these players and these platforms, they have ways of turning themselves around. I don't think the quality was ever in doubt here, but that turnaround from shipping 95 to beating Durham here, what could possibly have happened in the last couple of months for that sort of turnaround?
I don't know if I can answer that question, but I don't know, they must like playing here as well. Like I said, last week against Loughborough, they were really good, easily could have won. Final game, I guess, in front of a pretty rowdy crowd as well. I don't know if that helps them at home, so it's a difficult question to answer, but it looks like the talent and the qualities are definitely there, so it's just a shame it's come obviously quite late in the season. But yeah, they looked like a really, really good side, and it'll be interesting to see how the result goes in the playoffs, ready for next season.
Oh, it's a big one, isn't it? Because, of course, there's so much going on in the National Leagues, North and South, so much quality in there as well. I mean, we have seen teams come up. Cardiff have come up, of course, Swansea have come up. What we've never seen is a team go down and come back up. So Nottingham Trent have gone down, they haven't come back up. Same with Northumbria. This isn't the kind of level you want to slip away from. I mean, look, you're playing professional rugby now. You've been involved with Leicester Tigers and Worcester Warriors, now Scarlets. You played England students as well. But everybody who's made the step up like you looks back on these years and says how special it is.
Yeah, such special times, like playing with guys you live with and playing with your best mates every week doesn't get better, and then going and enjoying wins. Like Swansea will have a great night tonight, but yeah, I've played a few professional games. I've played some big games against some good teams, but obviously that I love being there and that's where I want to be. But I look back on Loughborough last year when we won the league, and we had some massive wins, and obviously that final against Exeter, I know we lost, but it was an unbelievable game to be a part of. So yeah, I look back on that, and I'm sure some of the boys do as well. Nathan Pope is texting me trying to get his name out there, so there you go, mate. But yeah, no, we look back, all of us look back, and Swansea will look back at that in a few years, having a beer, catching up, and they'll still be speaking about that, I reckon.
I hope so. We're going to have more on that later. I'm going to send you out. I'm going to bring Cy Cully in here. Cy, that was a heck of a contest.
Not really.
Do you don't think?
No, we've played awfully. We've let them win.
Well, I mean, that's one way of looking at it. I look at it a different way. I see two excellent teams. I see testing conditions, wins one way, one half. The other team's got to play against it the second half. I see some of your players really putting their hands up at this level. I thought Max Pepper, I thought some of the back row were absolutely outstanding. It does end a 5-game undefeated streak. What are the work-ons going to be going into the playoffs?
We've got to learn to show the opposition more respect. We're a team that can beat Exeter and beat Hartbury, and then we're a team that can lose to Swansea. So we need to show the opposition respect. We need to look after the ball. We need to look after it over a number of phases. We need to learn to manage referees better, even over the bridge. And we need to know how to control a game appropriately, no matter what the level of the opposition is.
Well, some of those names you've mentioned there, Exeter's and Hartbury's, you are going to be facing teams like that in the playoffs, and you have already shown you can beat them. Are you confident going into that side of the season?
I don't think you can be confident going into BSL knockouts. You want to have a confidence in that you've beaten all these teams before, but you know what the quality is. You know how good the standard of opposition is. So you have to go into it with eyes open and a real fire in your belly. Otherwise, you're off your game, and something like tonight happens. You know, if someone else turns up and they're 90% and you're 80%, you're not going to be able to produce a win.
Well, speaking of the quality of the opposition, then Swansea have had a tough season, but lots for them to focus on. They were very positive this evening.
Yeah, I think if they play like that, they've got good, strong running centres. They manage areas of the game very well. They've got a big fire in the belly. I think they'll go really well. They've just got to bring that sort of level of performance.
I enjoyed that one a lot more than you did, but thanks for having a chat.
No, so I mean, you mentioned Max there. He's an unbelievable player. We're in a Paul Brown situation. There's 10 recruitment managers out there at Prem clubs. Max Pepper's not got a contract yet. He needs one. He's a Premiership quality rugby player.
Absolutely astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. Travel safe. Thanks for a chat. Let's bring in a player of the match with a huge smile on your face, and I'm not surprised. Well played. I could see how you all celebrated with the crowd there, the club and the people that came down. Just give us an idea of what a performance like that, what a victory like that means for this club.
Well, it means so much. Like, we're in a dog fight, just fighting out between the bottom of the table. But I think that showed what the potential us boys have, and we've got to show that now in the playoffs. But I think we made hard work out of that. Couple of mistakes, errors and all that, but I can't fault it.
Tough start, wasn't it? You were 12-0 down. Durham started really well, but you found a way to get back into the game. The back line played brilliantly. The forwards got you front football. What changed after that shock start?
Well, I think it was just we didn't really expect how strong the wind would be, but I think we adjusted to that. We kicked where we needed to kick, got the ball wide to kick out wide, but no, I think we adjusted to the conditions pretty well, and then come half time where they had a man down, I think we just kick-started from there really, and we ran away. Well, not really ran away with it, but yeah, that's it really.
I spoke to Charlie and we were discussing how difficult it's been for you this season. Between rounds 9 and 16 you were going at 50 points a game, you conceded 90 at Loughborough, and here you are with a couple of massive games left this season, beating Durham here at St. Helens. What has changed?
Well, I think at the start of the year we just didn't really click, and then we started to click, and then we just had boys getting injured all the time, and just like against Exeter we took them to down to the nail, but like we just I don't know, just injuries really. Injuries was the changing point, was the turning point, and we had boys. Luckily, we got a couple good replacements for that, and yeah, I think now it's just starting to click, and we've got boys coming back from injury. So we've got like Joey's coming back now, and I think he'll be the boys coming back from the 20s camp. That was a big challenge for us, but yeah, we've got a couple of boys coming back, and I think we'll take Brunel now to the.
You're making assumptions. We don't know it's going to be Brunel, but they're certainly in a position. But two massive games now then, the playoff and the Welsh varsity, two wins there, and will you look back on this as a successful season?
Well, no, I think we've got a lot to work on now. We've got so much to work on. This season hasn't been very good. We had, Loughborough away was one we've forgotten about, but not really forgotten about, but the back of our heads. But yeah, no, we're not really a successful season, but I think we just know the potential we've all got, and we just haven't found that really this season, only in a couple of games.
It was great to see it today. Congratulations, you're the player of the match. Go be with the lads. I'd imagine it's going to be a big party. Let's bring a coach in. Finally, we've seen Swansea University play the way that you know they can. How pleased are you with the boys tonight?
Yeah, massively pleased. Obviously, we spoke too little, too late, but that's the performance we knew and we believed in all year, and massive credit to the boys. Like, I think any other team would have, just given up and down tools. But it just shows the fight and the belief in the squad. And the last few weeks, we had a good performance last week against Loughborough, and we just spoke about building that and trying to get some momentum going into the playoff. So whoever we play in that playoff, I'm not sure, but as long as we turn up with that effort and belief and fight, and I believe it'll match for anyone. So.
That's a massive game, that playoff, isn't it? Because you as a coach, them as players, you as a programme, you want to be in BUCS Super Rugby. It's arguably the biggest game in the last, 5 years since you were in the playoff last time?
Yeah, definitely. The boys know that the task at hand, today was no easy feat, and we come up with a massive win. So that's the first step in our 3-game plan. So we spoke to getting 3 wins. Today was the first start. We tick that box. Now we build towards the playoff, and if we get that, hopefully we get that win, and we can build in the varsity then against Cardiff, and hopefully finish. We can salvage something out of the season then, hopefully, and finish on a high. That's our aims.
Looking forward to following the journey. Well played tonight, and good luck. Charlie, come say goodbye to the people. A lot of positivity with Fraser there. I could see it in his eyes. He was absolutely buzzing off that, wasn't he?
Yeah. I was just chatting to him there. He's basically saying they know they had that in him, but they didn't quite have it, I guess, throughout the season, and they're just really pleased. They sort of have got the monkey off their back there, I guess, and have shown that they can win games and they can put good performances together and come away with 5 points and come away with points, which is going to be massive going into the next couple of weeks.
Massive couple of weeks for both teams. I mean, Cy Cully there, he wasn't happy, and for obvious reasons, because Durham hold themselves to high accounts and high standards, and they'll feel they didn't deliver tonight, so now they've got to dust themselves off.
Yeah, exactly, and they'll have been trying to go after that second place as well. I'm not sure who they'll be playing now in the quarter. I don't know the whole points. I don't think you even know the whole.
It's going to be Cardiff Met or Bath, I think, at home.
Yeah, so obviously it's not going to be an easy game. Those two, they've both got playoff experience and they've been in this position before. So yeah, like you said, they've got to dust themselves off and just go back to what works for them, because they could have won that game today. There was opportunities to put the game to bed. So yeah, I'm sure they'll be confident. They know what playoff rugby is about as well. So especially at Hollow Drift, I'm sure they'll have no problems.
It's a tough place to go. It's a massive cliche, but it's a tough place to go. Finally then, you, first season of professional rugby, you've had massive experiences. You've been out to Leinster, you've been in Carmarthen too. 2 absolute rugby hotbeds, I hasten to add. Pleased with how the first season's gone?
Yeah, on an individual level, I've got a lot more sort of appearances than I would have expected going in. I think I've played 9 or 10 games. So from that point of view, it's been good. I still want to sort of make my mark. I still haven't felt like I've sort of proven what I can fully do yet. But then from a team point of view, it's difficult. It's difficult at the minute. We won a lot. We've won on the losing side a lot, so I just want to sort of push the team and try and keep helping the team to get better, so we can, I guess, year on year try and get better and win some more games and be more competitive, because that's what we all want to do. But I'm loving it here. I'm loving being part of a full-time environment, and the lads are class and the coaches are class. So yeah, I just want to keep kicking on individually and keep winning. Well, try and get some wins under our belt as a team, really.
Next time, he'll show us his daffodil tattoo. Great to have your company this evening, and great to have your company wherever you've been watching around the world. Swansea go into the playoff with a victory. Durham will dust themselves off, and no doubt they'll be back. We will be back in a couple of weeks with the quarterfinals. We've got a week off next week, but don't think you get away from BUCS Sport, because BUCS Big Wednesday is happening. Starts on Tuesday night. 48 hours of great sport, and continues on Wednesday. It's a real festival of student sport. Tickets are available, and we hope that you will join us there and at the StoneX for the finals as well. What a night under the lights here in Swansea, and the home team are back.
Seren Singleton sniping.
Oh, Tilly Smale is on the scoreboard, and Hartpury University surely at this stage now.
Hartpury University, the Women's National League champions.